A very good evening once again. Welcome to our second edition of News Tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lokomwa, and this is what we have for you. A fundraising dinner for the Uganda women's effort to support orphans, that's UWEZO, raised over 1 billion shillings to support the renovation of Masulita Children's Village. The raised funds will facilitate the renovation of dormitories, kitchen shed and dining, staff houses, and the establishment of the children's outdoor playing facilities. The dinner, organized by the Liberation Generation, comprising of the young people who grew up after the liberation and some of whose mothers started UWEZO, were led by first daughter Natasha Mseveni Karujire at State House Entebbe.
The dinner, which was attended by people from different walks of life, was organized by the Liberation Generation, comprising of the young people who grew up after the liberation and some of whose mothers started UWEZO. They were led by first daughter Natasha Mseveni Karujire, and the dinner was hosted at State House Entebbe. Among the pledges was a generous one of 300 million shillings from President Museveni, while Mama Janet contributed 50 million shillings. Chinyara Sugar pledged 200 million shillings, while Friends of UWEZO and Bet Power pledged 100 million shillings each. Mrs. Janet Museveni, the founder and patron of UWEZO, lauded the fundraising initiative of indigenous resource mobilization that has been adopted by the young people of the Liberation Generation. She said that it is similar to what they used to raise resources during the challenging times when UWEZO was founded.
And I thank God that I'm here to see this happening in my lifetime. This is exemplary since, as Ugandans, we must readily accept responsibility for the care and protection of our own, rather than relying on foreign agencies to always come to our aid in times of need, as this is not sustainable, as I'm sure all of you know.
The First Lady thanked her daughter, Natasha, and her team for the patriotic spirit that compels them to feel duty-bound to breathe life back into the national programs and UWEZO.
That's why I thank Natasha and my children and now their team, their whole generation, to know that it's not enough to work for themselves, to work for their families alone. It's not enough when we still have parts of our society living in absolute poverty, living in need. So I feel blessed in a way to sit here this evening and listen to these young people, our hope for tomorrow, talking about the fact that we should not let UWEZO die. So it's a blessing for me and for those of us who are still here to sit here and see our children pledge to breathe back life into UWEZO. So Uganda in that way is blessed really to have the younger generation refuse to forget that those children on the street need help.
First daughter Natasha Mseveni said that some of them who grew up after liberation have come to support the work of UWEZO that started 37 years ago in honor of her mother, Mama Janet, and her friends.
Mama, through UWEZO and all her numerous other initiatives, blesses people spiritually and physically. And so, Mama, to honor you, to honor the work you have done and continue to do through UWEZO, we who have grown up after liberation and in peacetime have now come of age to support what you and your friends and colleagues began. We have called ourselves the Liberation Generation. We stand on your shoulders, Mama, on the shoulders of the mothers of UWEZO, on the shoulders of the NRM, and most importantly, on the Rock of Ages.
UWEZO's NEC chairperson, Mrs. Olive Lumunya, explained that altogether the proposed renovation and new works at Masulita Children Village require a total of Ugandan shilling 2,064,550,000. She noted that the work will be done in phases, with the second phase including renovation of the administration and training blocks, construction of a sick bay and dry food storage facility, plus installation of three-phase power at the Masulita Children Village.
Currently, Masulita is hosting 104 children. Those are 65 girls and 39 boys. These range in the ages of 4 to 16. These girls, many of them come from Karamoja, actually 96 of these, they come from Karamoja. Once we take on the children into the village, we try to prepare them for the society or community. So we prepare them. Those that are old enough, we take them through tailoring, hairdressing, mechanics, and other activities. And the reason why we do that is if we take them back to Karamoja, when they don't have anything that will give them income, the chances of them coming back on the street is real.
Reporting for UBC, Baguma William.
We thank you so much for watching. The Police Directorate of Crime Intelligence has opened a general file against alleged sectarian utterances by the new President Kyagulanyi Robert Ssentamu during the party's ongoing countrywide mobilization tours. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga says that these kind of hate speeches can ignite unrest in the country.
Critics have emerged against speeches of the National Unity Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu during the party's ongoing mobilization rallies across the country. Some individuals have called security to intervene and stop the alleged sectarian utterances by the noble president.
There is a general inquiry that has been opened at CID. They are still gathering statements and trolling social media for some of those footages and utterances.
The Crime Intelligence Directorate has embarked on the investigations against these alleged hate speeches.
It is still at that stage. So we believe that once the investigations are built, we shall seek the opinion of the DPP and then get back to the public.
Security has urged NUP leadership to collaborate with territorial commanders to ensure safety of supporters.
So that's why we caution that it is better to work with the police and security so that we police these events. You cannot police these events on your own. Police is there to ensure that you're safe and secure.
Uganda police is investigating a saturated video of an armed man during NUP mobilization rally in Luwero.
And our intelligence organs have interested themselves to get to know who that person is and how he came into possession of a pistol. So it's a subject of investigation. But at the same time also, whether it is, the investigations will tell us, is the person part of NUP or is he an outsider? The investigations will tell.
Meanwhile, police have commended the Forum for Democratic Change for cooperating with security on party activities.
Harmonized their meetings, got in touch with the proprietors of Navy Business Community Information and Training Center, that is at Goma Cell in Navy, and the meeting is well planned.
Police and other security agencies appeal to political players to cooperate during their mobilization campaigns to keep huge numbers of gathered supporters safe. Abdul Nasidi Lubwama and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
Still to do with police, they are currently detaining 4 individuals in connection with the placement of AIDs in Kampala. Fred Enanga, the police spokesperson, has stated that they are actively investigating the motives behind these people's involvement in the suspicious acts of terrorism.
Police are currently holding 4 suspects connected to the placement of IEDs in the central business district of Kampala. 2 out of the 6 individuals initially arrested during the joint task force operations have been released.
So they're still pursuing those lines, and we believe that towards the end of next week, we shall be able to come up with a more detailed explanation. For now, we are incredibly grateful to members of the Joint Task Team on counter-terror, as well as the territorial commanders in Kampala Metropolitan for doing everything possible within their means to keep the central business district of Kampala safe and all the neighboring areas.
The police have also reported instances of intimidation and with some individuals exploiting the bomb threats for personal gain.
After getting a call, an emergency call that there was a suspected bomb at Weya Junior School in Kajansi, upon careful assessment, we found that it was a dummy package, a dummy plastic bottle. And we ruled out any suspicious ingredients or substances.
In unrelated news, Byaruhanga William, an ADF collaborator, voluntarily surrendered to the Ugandan forces, while another notorious armed M23 rebel has been apprehended in Kisoro.
And participated in one of the, and got involved in a robbery act in Kisoro. So the M23 rebel in our custody is called Mboga Justin, 22-year-old, and a resident. He sneaked into the country from Masisi, that is in Gukurushuru, North Kivu province in Eastern DRC.
The FDC party is in a process of nominating people who wish to contest as members of the National Executive Committee in the coming National Delegates Conference to take place on the 6th of October. There are 38 positions to compete for. While addressing the media at Najana Nkumbi, the chairperson of the FDC Electoral Commission, Boniface Toterebuka Mamwenda, encouraged all people to pick interest in serving the party.
Forum for Democratic Change Party will hold the National Delegates Conference following completion of the elections at village to district level. The chairperson of FDC Electoral Commission, Boniface Toterebuka Mamwenda, said the National Council meeting that sat on 28th July resolved to continue with elections. Electoral Commission released a residue party structure building roadmap that was to take effect from 11th August to 18th August 2023. At the end of the election, FDC is expected to have over 1.85 million leaders at village level and 3,900 leaders at district level. According to Bamwenda, they covered 83% of the total number of electoral areas.
At the end of the election process, FDC is expected to have 175,470 leaders at the parish, 57,486 leaders at the sub-county.
The nomination exercise for people who want to contest as members of the National Executive Committee commenced on 8th September, and so far over 30 people have picked nomination forms.
The map for this specific election is out. And as we speak, 38 positions are up for elections come 6th of October. We are glad to inform you that on day one, 19 members picked nomination forms to vie for any of the NEC positions. As we are speaking here, the total number of members who have picked forms has reached 30 members. For the party president, it's 5 million. Deputy presidents, 1,500,000.
FDC is to participate in the local council 5 by-election in Hoima district, and their candidate is Musinguzi Patrick. Meanwhile, the deputy spokesperson FDC, John Chikonyogo, says the ordinary delegates conference organized by Ambassador Waswabirigwa, the chairperson of the party, to take place on 19th September cannot happen because he did not fulfill the party constitution of giving a notice of 3 months.
See them, ask them where they are, whether they are put a notice of 3 months. What they put there is a 1 month notice. You check the notice they put out. It's 1 month. And 1 month is only a special delegates conference which can be given 1 month notice. It's Article 31 of our Constitution.
I'm Nafka Farida and Dan Lugemwa in Ajanankumbi.
Yes, business came to a standstill in Hoima City and in Kigorobia Town Council as the National Unity Platform supporters welcomed their party president, Robert Sentamu. Sentamu and other opposition MPs are in the district to campaign for their Hoima District LC5 new flag bearer, Moses Agud.
National Unity Platform President Robert Chagulanyi Sentamu arrived in Hoima at 4 p.m. amidst heavy deployment of police and military. Both security and NOP supporters endured the downpour from Hoima City to Hoima District for campaigns. In Hoima City, he first opened party offices at Butaba Road. Security did not allow him to divert to another street, only to proceed with his supporters from Hoima City to Hoima District. The Rwenzori Arbatine Region Police spokesperson Julius Hakiza said the deployment was providing security.
But this is normal. No matter when we have elections, when there are rallies, we normally ensure that the both overt and covert operations are on to ensure that the elections go successful.
As candidates enter their final day of campaigns on Tuesday, Patrick Musinguzi, the FDC candidate, says the party bigwigs are expected.
Yes, we expect them even tonight. We expect them even tomorrow morning. We expect them even to come today. But they will come in a peaceful manner. They will not come Mungeri Yakajagaraire. No. They will come and they will come peacefully and they will come to the head office of FDC.
The Electoral Commission will conduct polls for Hoima District LC5 by-election on Tuesday this week. The position fell vacant following the death of Kadru Kirunji, the former Hoima chairperson, in a motor accident.
We thank you so much for watching. Let's take a short break. We have more on return.
Water, please. Can I pay with Momo?
No.
Hey, can I pay with Momo?
Here's our merchant
code. Very good.
7 mega?
20. Can I pay with Momo?
Unfortunately, no.
Baby, let's go.
When paying with MTN Momo comes with more benefits for everyone, it just doesn't make sense not to have it.
Hello, I've come for rent.
Can I pay with Momo?
Yes, you can.
Pay or shop with MTN Momo and get cashback every week. It's free of charge. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
What's the best kind of business to invest in? One that connects Ugandans border to border with a high-speed broadband 4G and is the first to launch 5G? What about one of the largest corporate income taxpayers in our country? Oh, the fastest growing telecom in the last 5 years. Wow! Well, here's a chance to invest in it all. Take part in Airtel's initial public offering today for as little as 100 Ugandan shillings per share. Remember, a retail investor gets 5 incentive shares for every 100 they buy and 6 incentive shares if they purchase using Airtel Money. Dial star 185 star 85 hash now to get started.
Here is the 2023 musical launch of the year. 16th of September 2023, Kololo Ceremonial Grounds will be the only place to be, as the whole of Uganda will gather to witness the Museveni Awoma musical launch by Eman Sereko, also known as Munamasaka. Don't miss all your artists, comedians, stage and movie actors, members of parliament, ministers, leaders at different levels, led by the Right Honorable Premier Robin Nabanja. The chief guest of the day will be the one and only Sabalwanyi Jajamwami, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. All at a free entry at Kololo Ceremonial Grounds on the 16th of September 2023. Do not miss.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates back to ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial star 185 hash and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
The presidential initiative on skilling the young people has started visiting 9 centers in Kampala to assess students' skilling progress in the 6-month training. Now, the director of the initiative for the Boy and Girl Child Skilling Project, Dr. Faith Katana, told UBC that the visit started with Wandegya Center.
Centers that include Wandegya, Wabigalo, Luzira, among others, skill disadvantaged youth from different divisions of Kampala and aids them to create jobs. These young persons are trained for 6 months in hair braiding, embroidery, leatherworks to equip them with the necessary skills.
At the end of the skilling, 6 months skilling training, they have to show off to the communities and the leaders what they have learned in the 6 months. So that is what we are doing here. We are at Wandegya Center right now, and they are showing and giving testimonies of where they have been and where they are and where they are going.
Wandegya Center, the birthplace of the presidential initiative on skilling the girl child and boy child, has this semester admitted over 400 young people.
Our training is practical because we have those who are illiterate and semi-literate, and they do not need English to speak to a machine or to bring out their potential. So we believe that everyone given an opportunity, everyone given a direction, and we ask the leaders, those you lead, show them the direction. They will find the right way to go. So we thank God for what is being done. We are about to conclude to do exams, then we will be again registering the new.
This program started in 2017 With the Wandegea Center, Mario Nawori, UBC.
The United Nations World Food Programme and Outbooks, with support from the USAID Bureau of Humanitarian Affairs and the Danish Ministry of Foreign Affairs, have concluded the Ignite Food Systems Challenge 2.0. This initiative identifies and supports innovative solutions that address food insecurity.
Uganda, like many African nations, grapples with food security issues aggravated by climate change. According to statistics from the Food and Agriculture Organization, about 26.1% of the Ugandan population is undernourished, highlighting the urgency of addressing food security concerns.
We also sought solutions that drive the use of locally manufactured materials in food systems to enable the most vulnerable communities become more food secure, and then other solutions around climate smart practices.
The Ignite Food Systems Challenge 2.0 called for applications from micro and small enterprises, cooperatives and startups in Uganda that offer commercially viable solutions to food and livestock production, processing, distribution and nutrition gaps. Priority was given to solutions that promote climate smart practices such as clean energy use, efficient water access and sustainable agri-food production.
Through this process today, we found 4 really good possible solutions or contributions to this solution, so that we hope that together we can bring, increased production, better quality commodities, better markets, and better access to food for Ugandans.
Additionally, the challenge seeks to empower women-led initiatives and those that promote gender equality within the supply chain. Eligible districts included Yumbe, Lamo, Kamwenge, Moroto, Napak, Nakapiripirit, Karenga, Kotido, Kabong, Abim, Nabilatug, Amudat, Katakwi, among others.
The process with Ignite was rigorous but very helpful. Taking a close look at our business model and impact and our ambitions and how we would use funding was it was great to have the time to do that with some guidance and also networking with fellow refugee-led organizations and organizations supporting food security in Uganda.
And now from the 10 out of the 29, we have been undergoing more boot camps and more trainings, capacity building on how to pitch, how to put your ideas together, how to convince an investor, but also be mindful of your problem, actually to fall in love with your problem but not your solution.
The application period for the Ignite Food Systems Challenge 2.0 process opened on July 17, 2023 and involved application submission and pitching events. The winning teams received funding of up to $40,000 and a 6-month acceleration and mentorship program and exposure to World Food Programme's field operations. Wadulo Makanold, UBC News in Kampala.
Farmers working in Muhokia main irrigation scheme, that's in Kasese, have lost yields to the inconsistent supply of water into their gardens caused by the people managing the scheme. They say some leaders have personalized the scheme and this has caused an even supply and distribution of water to the farms.
Muhokia Main Irrigation Scheme in Kasese district with over 4,000 acres was established by government in 2013 to help farmers produce without entirely relying on rain-fed agriculture. After 10 years, the farmers accused some overseers of tampering with water supply into their farms.
We should put people who are elected by the farmers themselves to manage and supervise the funds from this scheme so that development can be done and we can have these channels constructed straight away up to the farmers' gardens so that water can flow very fast and we irrigate the crops so that people can yield enough crops from the scheme.
When the farmers approached the district leadership, they were ignored. They are calling on government to come to their rescue.
But at the end of the day, we see no action. We continue being assaulted. We are still being assaulted. We are being abused. People are not irrigating their crops. And what is hurting us most Of recent, they conducted a case against our district councillor, Mr. Honorable Masulita Nelson, who is now jailed in Mubuku, together with our chairman of the scheme.
One of the accused leaders, Ruhanga Edward, also Rutoke LC2 chairperson, refutes the allegations.
Ekyo kituufu eddamu eri mu ttaka lyange naye ekyokuganira amazzi tetuganira amazzi kubanga tuyinza kukwata omugoogo n'oguteeka mu ttaka lyo ate n'ennyaanya bw'otebamanyi na bya bulimi ababyogera kubanga ennyaanya tuyinza kuziteekamu amazzi n'ova ku makya kutuuka ssaawa 5-6 ng'oli amazzi nga gali mu nnyaanya zijja kwonooneka. Tuyinza kuzinyusa leero n'ozinyusa enkya, olina kuzinyusa mu wiiki omulimi omulungi olina kunyusa emirundi ebiri.
Mu lunaku ayina ennaku ezize amazzi tegava mu ndimiro ye, ye abaza ate osanga nga banayinki tebalina kye babaza.
Sasula obagula ne MTN Momo olwo tukuddize ssente oleweki
eyuge ku MTN Momo pe ogenda kubanga okikwasaganya bulungi nnyo.
Olwaleero tugabye piki zaffe ebbiri ezisoose nga tuziwadde ba merchants babiri, mukyala Hadija ku petrol station ya Moka, mwami Charles naye tuva kumuwa piki ye.
Kituufu mpangudde ne documents zino nzifunye.
I was so surprised when to take petrol station nesangawo nga already MTN yatuuse. Kumbe bino ebintu byo bituufu.
Era kye tubuulira abantu baffe naddala omuntu yenna alina business nti ssaawa zino tugenda tuva mu mbeera eyo ey'okukwata ssente ez'omumpeke nti buli omu yenna afune kye tuyita merchant code. Tugenze tusomesa abantu ku mugaso gw'obutakwata ssente ez'obuliwo naye nga bazifunire ku ssimu yaabwe. Beera steady, tugaba pin code yo yo weka.
Kozesa Momo app owanyika *165*3#.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from that break. In business news, the 16th African Dairy Conference being hosted by Uganda at Hotel Africana from the 11th to the 15th of September seeks to boost dairy sector investment and enhance consumption of dairy products. We have details to this.
The dairy industry in Uganda contributes about 6.5% to Uganda's GDP and employs about 250,000 people. This 16th Dairy Conference comes to highlight untapped opportunities which can enhance both domestic and international milk consumption following best industry practices.
We are so delighted to be the host of the 16th African Dairy Conference and Exhibition, which is starting today and ending on 15th Friday with the field excursions. And this is the largest African dairy conference on the continent. And this provides the platform for the dairy industry stakeholders to showcase their products to consumers and other decision makers, but also create new markets and orient the consumers to their new innovations and products. We'll see deals being signed between, because we have business-to-business meetings where some are coming in to look at our products and seal deals with the processors. But importantly, the capacity building that will be left here by showing the innovations and sharing sessions will help the sector to grow in terms of having new technologies that can be applied.
Every year, Uganda produces at least 4 billion liters of milk, but on average, each Ugandan takes about 64 liters per year, just below the 200 liters of milk recommended by the World Health Organization. Therefore, this conference targets stimulating Uganda's domestic dairy uptake and capacity building.
The only challenge that we have is the consumption. If you look at the consumption of milk in Uganda, relative to Kenya, for instance, per capita consumption here is in the range of 40 to 50 thereabouts. 64. 64. When you're looking at Kenya, it's 110, 115 liters per capita per annum. But at 64, it's, you have a very good opportunity because WHO recommends 200 liters per person per year. Therefore, that difference presents itself as an opportunity that we can continue enhancing consumption.
This dairy conference is going to be about knowledge sharing and high-tech innovations from leading dairy industry experts from the region and the world over to foster efficiency, expansion and profitability of the dairy sector.
So we'll be engaging with you, particularly the important stakeholders in this subsector, to ensure that we push for a sustainable livestock production in Uganda.
Crispus Ainitwe, Juma Nsamba, UBC News.
Mom, how did you sleep? How is Salongo? Oh, Mommy, how is Grandma? And Simba, the dog, yeah, the funny one.
Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel Bona voice bundles. Dial *100 *1 hash. Select Call Bona to choose bundles from as low as 1,000 shillings from daily, weekly, monthly, or bundles that don't expire. Call Bona on any network in Uganda with Airtel. A reason to imagine.
We'll talk sport at the final of our bulletin. And there, the 2023 Pepsi University Football League is scheduled to start this week with several games lined up. In the opening fixture, reigning champions Uganda Matters University in Nkozi will host Bugema University, as our reporter tells it.
After a change that has aligned the University Football League with the university academic calendar, action for the 2023 edition, which is the 11th season, starts on Tuesday. The opening day fixture will be between reigning champions Uganda Matters University in Nkozi at home against Bugema University.
It's a good encounter, though very difficult. We've prepared very well, and hopefully we shall get the 3 points. We're playing the defending champion, East African Games, and indeed we played them at the semi-finals and they eliminated us, so it's going to be a tough game.
We are ready for it, and Bugema University wants to look at the players that we have or we recruited. They can give us also a better impact this time around.
This year's University League will witness first leg action between September and November and conclude between February and May next year. There are 23 teams including new entrants Isbat University, Kumi University, Gulu University, Wisdom University and Bishop Stewart University in 6 groups. Uganda Matters University in Nkozi, Makerere University Business School and Kampala University have won the championship twice, while Makerere University, Chambogo University and Uganda Christian University are the other former winners, having done so once.
And that brings us to the end of News Tonight this Monday. We thank you so much for watching right from lunchtime, Luganda, Kiswahili, and tonight. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. I will leave you with Mili Kutesa here, who has the weather forecast report.
Thanks for tuning on UBC. My name is Grace Milu with your weather update. Once again, we woke up to a thunder showers dominating most parts of the country, more especially in our central part and the western stretch. Nevertheless, some other areas like Karamoja regions woke up with the sunny intervals. Seeing the satellite picture, we're having a rainbow dominating most parts of our country in combination with moist winds both from Congo Yermans and from the Indian Ocean, not forgetting the local effects bring us the rainfall that we're experiencing lately. Nevertheless, tomorrow we expect to wake up to a sunny condition day, early mornings, like in our central part of Kampala and then some parts of Nakasongola. Going to the eastern stretch, still waking up to the sunny intervals, and the western stretch. Even in the northern sector, we are waking up with a bright day tomorrow morning. But in the afternoon hours, we are seeing a pickup of light rains across the central part of our country at a maximum of 27 degrees Celsius, even in Kapesti Kampala. But Nakasongola is a little bit of high with 28 degrees Celsius. We're moving into the eastern stretch. We're having a temperature of 28 degrees Celsius, but still with a pickup of light showers. Moving into the western stretch, we're still having a pickup of light showers at a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius across Masindi, 29 in Kasese, and Kabale Highlands with the lowest of 24 degrees Celsius. We move northern sector, we are having light rains picking up at the maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. We're moving out of Uganda, 250s across the globe, forecasting light rains across the capital city of Nairobi at a maximum of 25 degrees Celsius. Dubai with sunny conditions at a maximum of 43 degrees Celsius. Kyle with sunny intervals with 31 degrees Celsius. By London with light showers at a maximum of 23 degrees Celsius. Thanks for tuning on UBC. Not forgetting, if you want more information, please go to our websites and find more. Millie Kutesa is my name. See you tomorrow.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.